Good morning, TGIF. I hope everybody is off to a great Friday. Today I'm going to show you how I cross-post using the Flyp website. So as soon as I am done listing something on Poshmark, because I use Poshmark on my phone to list items, so I'll photograph my item, do my measurements all on my phone, and then I'll list on Poshmark. When I'm done with that, I'll go to Flyp. There's this button here, like I just clicked bulk import. Now, if you were only uploading one new item at a time, you could go that way. I go to bulk import Poshmark, and it'll pick up everything that I have. Sorry, cars. It'll pull up everything that I have on Poshmark, everything that is not sold. So as you can see, these say re-import. They're kind of faded out because these are things that are already on my Flyp. These are bright and vibrant and not faded out, and they say import because these are items that have been listed to Poshmark. I did these this morning and have not been imported to Flyp yet. So you just click, and if you have a bunch of items, then you can just click select all items on this page. But for today, we just have 3. So click those and then scroll down to the bottom, import those 3 items. Then you'll see here on the side where it shows you that it's importing and it only takes a couple minutes. All right, and it's done. Now I'm not going to be cross-posting these just yet for this video. I'm going to go down, let's see, to this pair of American Eagle shorts. So you see here, okay, it'll show you the title that is on Poshmark, American Eagle Men's Pink Stretch Chino Shorts 40, the day that I put it onto Flyp. So this may not be the day that I uploaded it to Poshmark or that it was uploaded to other platforms. This is just when I uploaded it from Poshmark onto Flyp, and then the price that I posted it for. Later on, when they sell, you can either delete it or mark as sold, but for now, we're going to go to, we're going to go to the page. Now I do have this pair of shorts here because I'm going to be cross-posting them onto Mercari and eBay. Now, my husband was mentioning the other day that we might try giving Depop another try. I did try using Depop last year a little bit, and I sold a few things on there. It just didn't really seem like we got enough traffic on there to really make an effort of like trying to cross post. But I also know that on Depop, you're only going to want to put like certain style of items on there. Obviously, not everything, like these American Eagle shorts, I wouldn't put on there. So I might play around with that in the future, just since it is a simple thing on here to use. I have used Facebook Marketplace on here a few times before. I don't think I really had too much luck on that. I don't have an Etsy or Shopify. Shopify says is coming soon, but I don't have an Etsy store. So I pretty much just stick to Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. So the first thing that pops up is the universal form, and that's just kind of like the Flyp form. And as you see, it says it just auto populates the info. So anything that's on here that you update will be on when you go to click on these tabs. So here's all the pictures in the order that they are on Poshmark, the title. And so this is where it's important. So let's say that I was going on Depop and I was gonna put this on here. Depop, I think, doesn't even like have titles or something like that. Mercari has like a shorter amount of characters you can use. So that's the nice thing, is by going through these tabs, you can kind of update it depending on how that platform is. So the title, the description, this is the format that I use for all of my items. I put item, style profile, which is keywords, the brand, the condition, and then I put that my items come from a pet-friendly and smoke-free home. Then it has the brand here, and you see that a lot of this stuff automatically populates. For some reason, it'll always just by default go to new without tags, so you really want to make sure that you update that to the item condition. These are gently used. It picked up that these are pink, and for note to and the quantities one. Now for note to self, that's when I will put the SKU number. This is going in number 66. And I do store my items in poly bags, poly mailers, excuse me, from the post office because they are free. We were going to buy some of those clear bags that a lot of resellers use. We were going to buy those on eBay. And we looked into it and they were pretty inexpensive. They weren't too bad. They also have the big clear bags that you can get at Walmart. But then I remember I started thinking, those don't have much rigidness. So they would kind of just like be floppy all in the boxes that I used to hold the items. And so I thought it would be a much better idea if I use these. So as you can see, I used to use the clear totes, and then we actually measured out our shelves and found a better method. So now we're using these cardboard boxes that we ordered from, I think they're from Staples, but they came through the Walmart app or something. Anyway, so I said all that to say that we are now using USPS. We use USPS padded envelope. And we will reuse these envelopes after the item sells. They don't go to the buyer in these. So this is 66. So I'm going to put 66 in the note to self. And that way when an item sells, I can just go, I mark it as sold and I go to the notes section and I see what I need to pull from. So it's 66. I use my scale. I weigh the item. This item is 1 pound exactly. 1 pound. Oops, 1 pound. And then it shows the listing price. That's the price that I have it on eBay, or excuse me, on Poshmark for, and then the cost of item. I don't update this just because I don't always remember when I'm coming to list on here and Crosspost how much I paid for an item. I mean, for these, like I would know that came from the men's bin. Men's bin items are $2, but some of the stuff I'm pulling like that we've gone through in the inventory sort throughs that are years and years and years old, and I don't know how much I paid, and that's why I just say my average cost of good is $4, but I don't take the time to put that on here. So I click save. You see that just took mere seconds. All right, and then I put it in the box that's going to go away in. I go to the Mercari tab. I scroll down to brand, American Eagle, category, men, shorts, say casual, or you could do casual or khakis, chinos. I guess we'll do chinos. Yeah, that's fine. And they're size 40. Who pays for shipping? The buyer pays. As you see, all this stuff is just automatically is on there already. So buyer pays, they're at 1 pound because we weighed them. And then we're going to choose USPS Ground Advantage. This is going to be $6.99. The listing price is already on there, and you just click list. Sometimes it takes a couple seconds for it to list. And let me go back down here. You can click view listing, and it'll take you directly to the listing. You see how easy that was? I mean, it took seconds. I used to cross post manually before I used a cross posting platform, and it would take me hours. I remember telling my husband, I can get 20 things photographed and measured in an hour, but then it's taking me hours and hours and hours to cross post these because I would have to copy paste on my phone the entire listing on Poshmark, go to the eBay app, upload all those photos, paste the description, paste the title, all this kind of stuff, and go in and to the categories and update all that manually. It was taking hours. So this just takes seconds, and I can do it a few times a week. See all the pictures, you see the description, everything looks good. Great. And then we go to eBay and do the same thing. Now the way that the platforms are on here, their categories and brands and all that kind of stuff, it's in a different format for depending on the platform. So here we have this first we have to do clothes, men, shorts, size 40, style chino, big and tall, men's, pre-owned. Shipping type is calculated. Now here on eBay, you can either choose calculated or flat. I usually only do flat if it's going to be over a pound, in which case I will put it in a flat rate envelope and charge the buyer a flat $8. But because it is a pound, I'm going to do calculated. I always put my handling time for 5 business days. I know that a lot of people don't like that. A lot of eBay or a lot of resellers pride themselves on 1 day shipping. I try to be realistic. So for one, I know that if I put 1 business day, a lot of buyers don't understand the business days. They just don't understand it. Don't count the weekends. They don't understand that they don't count holidays. And I also would like to give myself some grace. I'm a mom. I am reselling part-time. I have a husband, I have a family, I have a life outside of reselling. I get sick, like I'm, a little bit under the weather right now. I have kids that get sick, like whatever. We have stuff going on in our lives, right? And I don't want to be tied to that 1 or even sometimes 2 day shipping. Sometimes emergencies come up and I'd rather just have that little bit of extra room. Now, very, very rarely does it ever take us 5 days to actually ship out, but I like having that in place. I also like that because it says 5 days handling time. Whenever it gives an estimated like shipping date or arrival date to the buyer, it's like an overestimate. So that way the buyer is not like, oh, a lot of times I've had buyers reach out to me and they'll say, I need this in 2 days. Do you think you could get this shipped tonight? And I'm like, no way in heck, even if I ship this tonight, will it get to your house in 2 days when you live across the country? It's probably going to take a day or two just to even get out of my state. So a lot of times that little extra handling time will, when it gives the estimated shipping time, it'll just kind of give buyers like a little bit of a further away date. So even if it takes a while to get out of the out of town or out of the state, due to USPS, shipping times, I don't know. I just like that. I feel like it gives a little bit of a cushion. All right, shipping service. We're going to go down to USPS Ground Advantage. Here we go. Return policies. We do not accept returns. That might change at some point in the future. Right now, it's not. Obviously, that doesn't count. If an item is not as described, that's just like buyers can't return for no reason. So returns not accepted, no free shipping. We do not charge a handling cost. The package weight is on there. All of this is on there. We do fixed price, but we always allow best offer and require immediate payment when the buyer uses buy it now. That way a buyer can't buy something and then wait days and days until they've paid for it and then list on eBay. And obviously I know I talked a lot through this, so it took a few minutes to get through this draft or this listing, but you see, I mean, it takes seconds. So what used to take me hours to get through, a few items cross-posted, I can now just do in less than a minute. And I'll show you here too what it looks like on eBay, view listing. And as you can see, it even has the URL down here. And they're posted. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial on how I use Flyp to cross-post items. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.